Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast. Track 2, Bounce. Hey, you know what though, man? This song's a flat 7.
I disagree.
Oh?
Yeah, it's just a 7+.
Oh.
Sing me, baby.
Okay. Nice.
We back, baby. That black milk thing.
Yeah, it took you a second, you know.
Tastes so good.
Oh, brother.
Isn't that the slogan of milk?
You know, I don't know. I mean, Got Milk is the advertising slogan. Did I catch that sneeze?
No.
Did you? I didn't catch it again?
No, I heard you start to sneeze and then press the mute button.
I'm not quick enough with this button. All right, let me make a note. Black milk,
This
you know.
His moto skills have been impaired. Moto, you know?
Don't stop it. Don't mention moto skill, okay? Shout out to Jet Moto, an underappreciated franchise. Yeah, all right, I gotta make a note. Censor sneeze. I never want to be sneezing in the audience ear. Sounding all, you know, sickly. But yeah, look, this is damn, what was I talking about? what was it? What was I saying before I sneezed? Black milk, and the slogan. No, I don't think milk has a slogan, but that's because it's not owned by anybody. It's like I guess a public domain food.
Okay.
You know, like water doesn't have a slogan, you know? The same way, like, I don't know, like bread, it doesn't have a slogan.
Got milk is over, you know, so we need a new slogan. I don't know what we could say, you know, it comes from a cow, but it goes in your mouth.
That's one of them rhymes that would make that boy Tom Ryan, he'd lose his mind. It's one of them non-rhymes. I mean, it would look. The slogan honestly has to come from the cows. Like, we didn't create, unless we're talking human milk, but we're not talking about human milk.
So moo
might just have to be moo, bro. Like, we didn't. It's not like Gushers. Gushers were made in a lab, so we can come up with the slogan for that. But milk is a natural thing, so it's like, how can we sloganize milk?
So yeah, we can't sloganize milk. It belongs to the cows. They have already branded it as moo. It's not.
That's the slogan.
Yeah, that's it.
You go.
You know, they got them uddos.
Well, hey, I'll say this: if it's black milk, maybe the slogan is moo nigga. All right. Unfortunately, that means you can't say it, but hey, moo redacted. All right.
Well, wouldn't it be redacted moo because black milk?
Right. Okay, nigga moo. Yeah, that's the slogan for black milk. You heard it here first. Okay? Black milk is at home listening to this like, these niggas. Hey, listen, black milk, we like this song. We're going to explain
At least you got a roof over your head. You're here at home listening to this. Stop worrying about what two schmucks think of your music. And start appreciating the fact you got a roof and 4 walls, and you're not out there fighting for your life on the streets.
Right. Don't be a Drake about this, black milk. Okay?
Yeah, don't.
Don't listen. You're doing better than me, and I'm happy for you. And I like this song, and we're going to explain why we both like the song. Okay? So
if we ever start doing better than you in life, you can start disliking us. But right now, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. You know? And come on, I'm trying to talk about this on the show, but honestly, you're not going to get a more thorough or better review, even with all the tangents, from anybody else, okay? Trust us, we're going track by track.
I told you you're one of my favorite producers to emerge within the last 20 years.
You hear that, Blag?
And
Blag
you
milk?
got better as a rappo.
There you go, Blag. Okay, come on, man. Just rock with it. Bounce with us real quick. Okay, we bouncing, and hey, that's where it starts. We actually knocking now. The drums are hitting. We bouncing. The bounce is real. This is that Detroit electronica. Sorry, everyone. Lawler showed up again, and I just, instead of forcing you all to suffer through that, I just hit the static cut and got rid of him. Hopefully, we don't hear from him again tonight. But what was I saying? I was saying something about J Electronica, Detroit. Yeah, I said this is Detroit Electronica, right? Yeah,
Yes.
You know that like is sort of. I feel like I've been saying this a lot the past few weeks, and it's probably because we were doing Champion Sound not too long ago. But this is that like Dilla sort of truck sound. I feel like a damn pop locking robot with lots of robot hose. It's one of them beats. I like this beat. So already I'm gonna tell the folks, like, as a producer, Black Milk's pretty darn good. Okay.
Yeah, I think this beat is just like far.
You know? And then when he's that, that's my kind. You know, I'm the synth man, so I love this stuff.
Well, this is like one of those beats that I feel like is directly channeling that Dilla Motor City electro-tinged era, and it's being channeled like especially heavily on this song and one other one on this album. Beats nuts to me. The cymbal crash kind of actually sounds like an engine letting off steam, the way that it's EQ'd. There's this cascading digital sounding synth that sounds great. But then this synth pad that comes out right before it loops back up, it adds that little emotional weight to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You were just imitating it yourself, so I know you know what I'm talking about. Again, like, I love this guy as a producer. I always have. But guys, we got to have a serious discussion about the rapping.
Man, all right. So look,
this is a 7+ for me. Like, that's how much I love the beat.
Right.
But I think especially because he did get better. So we have things in his own catalog to compare to this, where like he finally learned how to use his voice more like an instrument, stop attacking every track. And I hear some pogo stick flow. Like, he's talking about 17-year-olds in the steps of the ghetto or something like that portion of the verse. Like, he's really leaning into it there.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about how, you know, a song can be carried by the beat because the rapper just, you know, doesn't get in the way.
Oh yeah. So he says, and I hope what I hold gets in the car for the dough for a pimp, and a pimp's job is to get mo dough like 17-year-olds on the steps in the ghetto. When they don't let you get bored, the moral of the story is death, and the moral of the story is everybody got worries and stress to the point where my redactors wear vests under their white t-shirts with the strap, under the car seat with the tech. You know, like, he'll go in and out of the flow.
What I think is happening a lot of times with him, and this might be, well, I'm going to bring it up later in the review, but this could be like the downside to being a producer rapper, is like sort of rapping to the rhythm instead of finding the pockets like a rapper would.
So, you know, we get in verse 2, like, still getting Blaze getting head from his centerfold, while Radiohead is played on my radio. And it's so sad. Artist soft as a pillow, front tough as a Brillo pad. And then I got fans that feel the same way, like ditto black. Like, the shit's not coming out natural. It's coming out like you're reading rhymes.
And the rhymes themselves are not nearly as heavy as the beat is. Like, the raps aren't elite. You know, like, yes, they're not bad, but they're so, like, the raps across this album are just like, how would I describe them? Because I don't want to use the buzz phrase of the day, but like, they're not AI generated, because I think even the AI would be able to base it off of something more flavorful. Like, they're bland. Like, they're very bland raps. You know?
I agree, but they're stylized in a way that makes it sound like they're meant to stand out. Like,
right, which makes it worse.
The confidence that he's delivering the lyrics in, like the just bravado that he has, makes him not meat and potatoes to me. but he has way more bravado than I think he's earned as a rapper. It's like, we know you're ill with the beats, but why not just produce for other people then?
This was one of those songs where my takeaway was, man, I wish he was a more advanced rapper, because this is one of those things I would have heard back in my rapping days, and it's like, oh, I can definitely top this. Like, let me borrow this beat real quick. And not even being disrespectful, but just like, I would take it upon myself to make the song that I want to hear on this beat, you know? So it's like, it's not bad rapping. It's just never really on the level of the beats, you know?
But it can't fade into the background and just not get in the way of things, because he insists on going so hard with mediocre bars.
Yeah.
And like a very repetitive, kind of irritating flow in that up and down kind of, you know, as I call it, the pogo stick flow.
You know, I mean, even what's odd is like he even defaults to a phrase that I've grown to just despise because of how trite it is. And like, I was bracing myself in the car to like wince. And to his credit, he just swapped the word air for oxygen, which is the same thing, was slightly better. But the phrase itself is still stale when he's like, that's when I clock in as an option when you need a breath of fresh oxygen. Like, I'm like, all right, because I'm like, breath of fresh, he's going to say it. He's going to say the breath of fresh air, which is the stalest air there is. But he's like, oxygen. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, same sentiment, but hey, at least he said oxygen. But it's like, this is what happens when rappers are not elite. They use phrases like that. Like, you should never rap that in reference to yourself or really anything. You know, and people love to toss around the word ironic too and don't use it correctly. Like, this is an actual case where I'd say the phrase breath of fresh air, ironically, is not a breath of fresh air and should never be used anymore. There should be a new phrase, you know, because this one is old. And it hardly ever reflects things that are truly fresh. But yeah, I mean, this man is talking about record executives and the rap game, and you know, it's just business. Yeah, I understand. Trying to find a new dance like the Running Man. I'm like, that's not a good bar, because like, yeah, okay, like this is perfect example. Okay, the Running Man is a dance, so the bar makes sense, but it's like there's no depth to that. That's not a bar. It's not a punchline. It's just, okay, the Running Man is a dance, so it satisfies the line logically. Like, but am I supposed to feel a way about that? Like, you know, I'm waiting on him to say something impressive, and it never happens. You know, but this beat though, hashtag but this beat though, could really just be the one sentence review of the album. But there's more nuance, so we'll get into that. But look,
there's
the beat
always
carried.
More nuance.
Yeah,
the beat carried, and as you know, some of his influences, as he laid out earlier, Pete Rock, Premier, Jay Dilla would often do by, you know, inserting a little bonus beat interlude at the end of a song. He does that a couple times on this album, including on here. We get a nice little low-key instrumental interlude at the end of the beat here.
Yeah,
I thought it was neat. I liked it.
Yeah, you know, stinger style. Producer rappers love to throw the stingers on there. And I talked about it in the J-Wave review. It can be frustrating because them stingers be hard. This one was cool.
You're wondering how they didn't make the actual album you're listening to.
You know? Yeah. Anyway, I'm here for this beat. Like, it's that good of a beat. So, flat 7. You got a 7+, and that's what it is. So,
yeah, better rapping or a different rapper, potentially. This could have been an 8-.
Word. You want to move on?
Yeah, let's give the drummer some.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.